Hillary. I am jumping back on here to do more of the Wellness Week videos. And, I put away my pyramid. We were working through this wellness pyramid. The bottom was eating right. The bottom of the wellness pyramid is eating right, then exercising, then rest and manage stress. And now, today, we're talking about reducing toxic load. I'm trying to get the right camera angle here. So we're talking about reducing toxic load, which is a big subject, and it's something I'm excited to talk about. But I think I say this every time, but I'm going to try to keep it shorter, even though I have a lot to say. Okay, so I'll just dive right in. So toxins is a big deal in our culture. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. If you are in my essential oil group, I recently just posted a picture of a woman, and that has all of the different products that we use and how each of those have however many chemicals are in, say, your deodorant or lotion or perfume or different things, and it lists out this many chemicals, this many that are linked to cancer, this many that are linked to fertility issues, this many that are linked to respiratory issues. Like, there's just so much, and it's so easy to think that what we use or what we see on the shelves at stores is going to be safe for us, and just kind of think, oh, well, they wouldn't be selling it if it's bad for us. That's something, a thought pattern to easily fall into, just thinking that they have our best interest in mind, but it's not true. There are so many toxins and chemicals in what we put in our bodies and on our bodies, and that we're exposed to in our environment. And it's really bad for our health, and that's something that can really build up and cause major health problems. In my oil group, I'm also talking about, we're going through the doTERRA cleanse. So the doTERRA cleanse is all about detoxing and resetting your gut health and all of that. And when I was talking about the reasons for that, there's a good analogy is if you think of your toxic load bucket, and think about a bucket. I'm just going to use this cleaner that I have here as an example. So think about your toxic load bucket. So when your bucket gets overflowed, or it's at the top, the tiniest thing can make it overflow, and then that's when all of the problems are happening as far as health issues or diseases or different things like that. So if we're adding toxins, exposed to toxins, and it's just filling up, like the deodorant we use, the laundry detergent we use, the foods we're eating, the amount of processed foods or fast foods, or not taking care of our bodies through sleep or exercise or nutrition, that's all adding to your toxic load bucket. And then when it's really full, a very small thing like being overly stressed, or catching a cold, or not sleeping enough, or something like that, can cause your bucket to overflow, and your body can't handle that thing as much because it's so busy dealing with all these toxins that we've put into our body. And I think that's a part of what happened with me when I got Lyme disease. I was eating horrible. I was not thinking about my health. I didn't even know about the importance of trying more natural products or chemicals that I was putting on my body, and just all of that. And that I do believe that was a big factor in my body not being able to handle that bacteria, and that it wreaking so much havoc for so many years. So reducing your toxic load and your toxic exposure. There's a lot of ways to do that, and there's also different categories of the toxic exposure that we can talk about. So some things that are very toxic that we probably are just, it's probably just a normal part of our lives. Candles is a big thing. Candles are very toxic and bad for our health. Anything that has synthetic fragrances is not good for our bodies. So candles, plug-ins, those good car smelly things, any kind of room deodorizer, perfumes. Think about things that have those synthetic fragrances or anything that says fragrance, actually. There's a really good documentary about fragrances, and it's called Stink, the documentary. I highly recommend it. It's very eye-opening. So fragrances are not good for our body. It can cause a lot of respiratory issues, fertility issues, all sorts of things. And removing those synthetic fragrances from your life and your environment is going to really help your health. Kind of along that lines, laundry detergents, dryer sheets are really bad. And then even obviously like fast food, processed food, things like that. Car exhaust is not good for us to be breathing in. Cookware, a lot of times our cookware, the pots and pans that we're using, or even the plates that we're using, are putting off chemicals that aren't good for us. So I really encourage you to take an inventory of your life, take an inventory and just take a deeper look about what you're, again, putting in your body and on your body and around your body. Other things that we put on our bodies, things like lotion, face moisturizer, shampoo, deodorant, what are other things? I mean, makeup. Like women put more products on our bodies than men do. But it's so just think about that as far as accumulation, because we're putting more products on and more frequently. But men, that doesn't mean you're off the hook. Like, still take a look at what you are using. Do some research. And so a really good resource that I like is there is a website called environmentalworkinggroup.org. It's actually ewg.org. And you can put in your products that you use or even look up ingredients, and it's going to rate that based on how toxic it is to your body and how bad it is for your health. So ewg.org, you can look at the toxicity levels of your products. Another way to do that is an app called Think Dirty. And again, you can just put in your products and it'll rate it on whether it's good or bad for you. You know what? I'm going to need to hang on one second. So there are so many different avenues to this, like I said. So we could look at it as we could look at this under the umbrella of beauty products and what we're putting on our face, on our bodies, what's getting absorbed into our skin. And we could also look at it in terms of cleaning. What are we cleaning our houses with? What are the chemicals that are in these products that we're using? What are the better alternatives for that? And then environment, like what's in the air. So looking at candles or things that if you're using like a room spray or things like that. So what's really cool is that there are alternatives to all of these things. So I am going to give you a few ideas in each of those categories. So let's first talk about what you're putting on your skin. So doTERRA has a lot of really good options as far as beauty products like face moisturizers, cleansers, anti-aging type products, and they all have essential oils in them, which is really nice because that's just has a lot of skin benefits as well. But doTERRA really goes above and beyond to make sure everything they are making is very, very clean, that there's no harmful ingredients in their products. So I really love that I can just trust that I know this company does not add bad things. So they have everything from shampoo to moisturizers to body lotion to lip balm to deodorant. Deodorant is something I'm like, having a natural deodorant is something I'm pretty passionate about. And um, if you are using a deodorant that has aluminum in it, it's not good for your body. That is an area that has a lot of lymph fluid in it in our armpit, and there's a lot of breast tissue in that area too. And so using a deodorant that has aluminum in it can really kind of clog up the lymph flow in that area, and it causes a lot of problems. So especially for women. So I highly recommend finding a aluminum free deodorant. I tried so many different deodorants and I found that a lot of them didn't work for me, but the doTERRA one, which actually has an oil blend called Balance, so it's called the Balance deodorant. It is really great. Carlos and I both use it, and it really works well as a deodorant, but then it also has those, it doesn't have those bad products in it. So deodorant is one, lotion, just other things that we are putting on our bodies. Really take a look at that and do what you can to reduce the amount of chemicals that you're putting on our bodies. When we put stuff on our skin, it gets into our bloodstream very quickly. Our skin is our largest organ, and so don't think that just putting something on your skin, it's not going to affect your body, because it really does. Other things that we could look at is our cleaning products. So things like bleach has a lot of bad side effects. Things like bleach and Lysol, if you put these into that website ewg.org, you're going to find that it is rated very poorly for our health. And again, we're talking things like respiratory issues, headaches, or even reproductive issues and skin irritation, the mucosal lining of our eyes, our nose, our mouths. It really affects that, can cause lightheadedness, can even cause damage to lungs and organs. And so it's just something, if you can find an alternative, then it just makes so much sense to find something that is going to be still cleaning and disinfecting, but isn't going to have all of those bad side effects, right? It just makes sense. So the problem with green cleaning and more natural cleaning is that companies understood that people are more interested in that now, and so a lot of companies will use these green cleaning buzzwords and make it sound like their product is very clean and non-toxic, but in actuality it is not. This is called greenwashing, when companies will just put, maybe they'll even make it green colored, but they will put words that make you think, oh, this is really, really safe. But when you really look at it, it's not. So some of the big culprits of that is Mrs. Meyer's cleaning products or that whole line is actually not good for us. That also has a very low rating on ewg.org. Method is another company that's not so good. And so it really is frustrating that you kind of have to be a detective to find out what company is not lying to you. and really take a look at some of the ingredients and what the side effects are and all of that. So things that I like to do, I really like to use essential oils to make my own cleaners, and they have been proven again and again to really be very effective at killing bacteria and just really like all the things that you would use Lysol or bleach or things like that for. The essential oils are going to be just as effective and really powerful at killing the bad stuff. So one of my favorite oils for that is called On Guard. And again, this has been shown to really kill the big bad stuff. This is our immune support blend. So I love using this for supporting my immune system, but I also use it to make my own cleaners and also to diffuse in the air, so it's cleansing to the air as well. doTERRA has a cleaner concentrate that is made from the On Guard, and I will use this on so many different things. So as I showed before, I have this bottle that I use. I put maybe a tablespoon of the cleaner concentrate in here, and then I add a little bit more of the On Guard. I do 20 drops On Guard, and then I also add 20 drops peppermint because I just really like the smell, and then just fill the rest with water. And this is my non-toxic all-purpose cleaner that I use in the kitchen, I use in the bathroom, and it really helps. And it's so great that I know that it's safe. I know there's not going to be bad side effects, and I feel perfectly safe cleaning with Charlie or around Charlie, or just knowing that it's safe for my family. There's a lot of other cleaners, like stuff that you can find at home that's non-toxic. So, but before I get into that, where'd it go? Lemon oil is very, very cleansing. So I've talked about putting it in my water before. I have it in my water bottle. That cleanses, that helps to get out those toxins, and that's a part of the doTERRA cleanse, is drinking lemon in your water. And drinking water in general is going to help reduce that toxic load because it's going to help flush things out. So make sure that you're drinking plenty of water during the day, and it's recommended that it's half of your body weight in ounces is the amount of water you're supposed to be drinking daily. And then adding doTERRA citrus oils to that is going to help cleanse your system even more. I also love to clean my house with the lemon oil. Lemon oil is really good at getting off like sticky spots, or it's kind of like a natural version to like Goo Gone, or if there's like chunks of food on the stove or something, I just put some lemon oil on there and it comes off very well. Other things that are really great for natural cleaning: baking soda is really good. It's good at trapping odors, and it's good if you want to make like a soft scrub kind of thing. Vinegar is another really good non-toxic cleaning option. When you use vinegar, you want to make sure it's not the food grade vinegar, but the cleaning vinegar, because it's a little bit stronger. Peroxide is another thing you could use. Dr. Bronner's Castile soap is another good one to use if you want to DIY and make your own cleaners with what you already have on hand. And so I do a combination of that, and then I also have this as my my all-purpose cleaner, which is just really, really great. So other alternatives, I mean, doTERRA has laundry soap. I think there's just so many different categories under reducing toxic exposure. Laundry soap, like I said, it's On Guard based off of the On Guard essential oil. Toothpaste, I already talked about deodorant. And then I did mention candles and plugins and all of that, and how They're very harmful for our bodies. So another way to have an alternative to that is to diffuse essential oils. And that is cleansing the air, and it's also not giving you those bad side effects. So I highly recommend ditching your candles. I know I used to love candles. I used to have so many candles in my bedroom. And my stepdad, who used to be a fireman, would like have a panic attack because I would have so many candles in my room lit at the same time. And it's just not good for you. And I know that it gives ambiance and stuff, but there's like a lot of really good options to the fake candles, like the little fake flame, and then have a diffuser for the good smells and all that. If you want to dive more into this, like, I just highly encourage you to Google ways that you can reduce toxic exposure. Google DIY cleaners. Some of the resources that I really like, and I will put this in the comments. There is an environmental toxicologist who I like to follow. Her name is Environmental Toxins Nerd, and I follow her on Instagram. She has a great website too, so look her up. There's a Facebook group that is run by a friend of mine called the Natural Mama Collective, and she really does a great job of breaking down what companies are greenwashed, or even what natural companies have been bought out by bigger companies and are no longer providing a safe option. So you don't have to be a mom to be in that group. So Natural Mama Collective, and I'll link all this stuff in the comments. The Think Dirty app and the EWG.org, those are all going to be really good places to start if you want to deep dive into finding out what you are exposing your body to and your family and your kids, and just take a look at that. And I guarantee you that once you start making switches, you're going to see some improvements in your health. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing these videos, because I want to help you be healthier. I feel like there's more I could say, but I've already covered a lot of ground. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I know there's a lot more resources out there that give a lot of good education. So just do your research, and don't just blindly assume that if something's on a shelf, then it's safe, because that is just unfortunately not true. All right, I'm gonna hop off, and I will be back tomorrow. What is next on the... trying to think. I think it's self-care. I'm gonna have to look at what's next on the wellness lifestyle pyramid and what I'm gonna be talking about tomorrow. Okay, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.